folks, welcome to Week in Review. In this series, we talk about the videos we did last week, and we give you short summaries of them. And if you want to know the whole video, you want to know the whole review, you can click on the links below. Other than that, though, let's find out what's going on. Here we go. Take it away, guys.
Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. Last week I reviewed 4 games. Let's take a look at them. I reviewed Old World, New World, which is a tile laying traversal kind of game in which you're going to be playing tiles, you're going to be moving across the board, all the other players are sort of getting in your way, also trying to move across. The game is a fun game. It's an interesting game, but it's super mean and it's not very attractive, and so those things bring it down for me a little bit. I reviewed Ebes, which is a trick-taking card game, very small independent sort of production, certainly not attractive either, but the gameplay is very on point. And one interesting thing the game does is that the things you normally would decide at the beginning of a hand, like which suit is trump, what cards score you points, things like that, you actually decide while you're playing a hand, so very clever. I reviewed Okie Dokie, a small card game from Hisashi Hayashi, which is a cooperative card game in which you are playing cards out, trying to play out all the cards in the deck without, jamming up, without not being able to complete that task. It's bright, it's colorful, it's highly tactical. You can play solitaire, you can play cooperatively. I really enjoyed this one. It kind of came out of nowhere to surprise and wow me. So that's Okie Dokie. And then I also reviewed another trick-taking game called Pups. And Pups is also in the vein of Okie Dokie, bright, colorful, has a cute theme about puppies, and it's super approachable. It's a great family-style trick-taking game while allowing for a couple of little twists. It's the bidding kind of trick-taking game, but this one eases you into it by not making those choices so punishing. So very much would recommend you check out Pups. And that's it for me. I'll see you next time.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Week in Review. I took care of 5 videos for you this week. The first one was a review for Tomb Trader. It is a simultaneous action selection card game that had a very ink and goldish type feel, or a dragon's gold type feel to it. Both of those seemed like they were inspirations in the game at the very least. I enjoyed it. I had a great time with it. My family enjoyed it as well. I gave it a 6 out of 10 overall. So go check out that review if you'd like. I also did a review for the Hammers of Ragnarok crew expansion for Rum & Bones Second Tide. Gave this a 10 out of 10. Really enjoyed this crew expansion. By far, it is my favorite so far out of all of the crew expansions that have come out for Rum & Bones. So definitely go check that out. I really enjoyed it a lot. Also did another episode of Throat Punch Lunch. My contributors and I got together and put another episode together for you. So go check that out. It has a lot of cool stuff in it. It's a little bit on the short side, what you're probably used to seeing from Throat Punch Lunch as far as length is concerned. But that's just it's just that time of year, end of school year, a lot of things going on, convention season's in full swing, so you can expect that. But a lot of good stuff in there. Go check out that episode, episode 23. Also did a top 10 action point allowance system games. Way too long of a name for a mechanic or for a mechanism, but you get the point. It's basically games where you have only a certain number of things you can do during the course of your turn, and so those are my top 10 games. It's not a core mechanic, but it is. There are a lot of games out there. Those are 10 of my favorite that include that mechanism. So that's that. And then Z and I also did a live playthrough of Memoir 44, and we actually played it the way the rulebook says to. For one person to take one side, the other person takes the other. You play a game, then you flop sides, and whoever wins by the greatest margin is the winner. So we were able to do that because the game didn't take the scenario that I chose was a rather short scenario. So we were actually able to get 2 games of Memoir 44 done in about an hour or so, just a little bit over that. But anyway, that's it for me this week. We'll see you on the flip side.
All right, easily the worst game I played this week was Oregon Trail, which the computer game, honestly, is not as good as people remember, but it was never meant to be made into a board game. A game where someone can die in like the first turn, bad, bad, bad. It only has a 0.5 because Jason died in 20 seconds. Colonists. Melody and I played this one. We liked it, actually. And you're like, well, why the 5.5 rating? Well, frankly, folks, it's just too long for what it is. It is a 6, 7, 8 hour game, which honestly does not give us the same thrill as Le Havre and Feast for Odin. It feels like an Uwe Rosenberg game, just 2, 3 times longer as they do, but not 2, 3 times as much content. Bemused. This is a social deduction style game where you have a muse, or you are a muse, and you are trying to keep your person from going into insanity while stopping everybody else or making other people go insane. And it's good, it's just not great in this regard. Zombie City. This is a game where you use math to fight zombies. I like it. Roll 3 dice, use the numbers on those to kill zombies. It works for me. My kids did not like it as much, but Slide Blast. I love water slides. This is a game in which you are simply placing these different tiles down to make the longest water slide. Very pleasant, very fun, cool theme. Dorfer here, this was a game Melody and I reviewed where we rolled dice and then you place those, and then you use those dice to place your people out in different buildings. You decide which buildings to place them in. You combine the dice. It's a simple, fun, silly game from the same guy who made Orleans. Kerala, this is an abstract strategy game. It has elephants in it, but it's essentially a tile laying game in which you're placing tiles and trying to get groups of one color and get the most points. Very good game, scales well. Brilliance, this is a game about ant colonies and sending them out to collect different resources and bring them in and accomplish goals. A very simple game, horrendous rule book, but really nice pieces and a fun theme. Kaiju Incorporated, this one was my surprise of the week. Didn't expect much from this game in which you are an entrepreneur trying to make money off these giant monsters destroying the world. And so you do so different ways, but you're doing by collecting cards and having a tableau in front of you that goes off when other cards go off. Really cool game. Word Slam, a great party game where 2 teams are going against each other. You're trying to get people on your team to guess a word by giving them word cards. That's it, no other clues. It's really fun and funny. Drachensturm, this is a kid's game in which there's a dragon pulling, trying to knock a tower down, and you're trying to get everybody out of the tower. Lots of fun for kids. The Rum and Bones upgrade kit is unbelievable in how much content. It takes everything from Rum and Bones that there ever was, including promos, and upgrades it to Second Tide, the new version. That is amazing and excellent. And then I also talked this week about why I love HeroScape. HeroScape, a toy, but an amazing toy game. So much fun. So many pieces. Unfortunately, it's hard to find, but I really, really do love it. We also did a top 10 things designers need to stop doing. We have more publisher lists came up this week. A lot of stuff on our channel. Check it out. Anyway, that's from all of us here. I'm Tom Vassell. You've been watching the Dice Tower Week in Review.